Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I'm so sorry we're just starting now. Like we're 6 minutes behind time. My sincere apologies. Had a bit of technical issue, so that's what I was, trying to sort at the background. But we are here now, right? So I'm excited to be here with you guys. Thank you so much for taking time to join us again for another amazing session. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. So I see some presses already here. Hi, Precious. Hello, Priscilla, Aminat, Muzukpe. If you guys can tell me where you are joining from and what you do. I want to believe that everybody can hear me. Can everybody hear me? So if you can hear me, kindly drop your favorite emoji in the chat. If you can hear me, kindly drop your favorite emoji in the chat. Can you all hear me? Hello? Can anybody hear me? If you can hear me, please give me a one or something. Let me know you can hear me. Aha. Oh, okay, great. Thank you so much. I don't know if it was my network, but I was actually waiting for responses to be sure before I proceed. All right. So my name is Sandra Ezinwa, and I'm your facilitator for today. And with me on the call, I have Emmanuel. You'll be seeing Emmanuel in the chat box. He's going to be our moderator for today's session. So kindly feel free to familiarize yourself with him. If you have questions, be free to drop your questions in the chat box as well. So like I said earlier, I would like to meet you. I like to know you, your name, where you're joining from, and what you do. Anybody? Your name, where you're joining from, and what you do. Your name, where you're joining us from, and what you do. Your name, where you're joining from, and what you do. So I think that because some of us are just joining, so you are the YouTube is actually at the back. So where I currently am right now, you are not there. So if you can move it, the way you want to rewind and forward. If you can move forward it to the front, like move it forward so that you can hear me at this point in time and follow me through with what I'm saying. Do you understand? So if you can forward it to make more sense. So I'm still waiting to get responses. What are your names? Where are you joining us from? What are your names? Where are you joining us from? Okay, I see. Hi, Precious. Precious joining from Lagos. She's into snacks. Hello, Precious. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Cynthia, joining from South Africa. I'm a founder and managing director of Intensify Study House. We are in the education industry. That's awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Abiodun Blessing, joining from Edo State, and I have Priscilla from Port Harcourt. Thank you so much for joining us. Any other person on the call that is yet to introduce themselves? Okay, so I see Oluwatoyin Olagbaye from Lagos. I'm also joining from Lagos, guys. Likewise, Emmanuel as well. Okay, no, Emmanuel is joining from Akwa Ibom. All right. Priscilla is into construction industry. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, ladies. Marcos from Ethiopia. Hi, Marcos. Thank you so much for joining. Aminat from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining us. Ibinabo Lawson from Port Harcourt. You're welcome to today's session. Any other person? All right, so we'll just move ahead. So if you know you're just joining us, you're here to introduce yourself. You can do well to use the chat to drop your introduction. All right, so today's session, we are going to be looking at tools that are necessary to run a successful business. What are the tools that we need to know of to be able to run a successful business? Okay, so we are going to dive right in. Now, we have three outline, the three agendas we are going to be looking at today. The first is getting started with Google Workspace tools. And then the second we are going to be looking at is communication tools across the business. And the third part we are going to be looking at is effective collaboration tools for running a successful business. So these are our three agendas today. And I believe that at the end of today's class, we should be able to know all of this. Now, but before I continue the session, which tools do you currently use to run your business? Can anybody share with me? You can put that in the chat box. Which tools do you currently use to run a successful business? Which tools do you currently use to run a successful business? Which tools do you currently use to run a successful business? Priscilla says Facebook. Okay, that's nice. Thank you so much, Priscilla, for dropping that response. Any other one? Any other person? Any other person? Come on, guys. There are no wrong answers. Oh, there are no wrong answers. So feel free to, just drop your response. You get. Hi, Christina, joining from Port Harcourt. Thank you so much for joining. And Fadiji, thank you so much also for joining us. So is it just Priscilla that actually has a business? Nobody else has a business. I saw that business owners now, so I'm wondering why it's just Priscilla that's giving me a response. Okay, someone says Facebook, WhatsApp. Okay. All right. So let's look at the tools. That's why we're here, right? So let's look at the tools that we have. All right. So, but before that, let's see what business tools are. So it says business tools basically are collections of softwares or applications that actually helps you as business owners, and basically workspaces to bring efficiency in their processes. For instance, like collaboration, you want to collaborate with your teammates, with your colleagues, with business partners for better communication and then customer support. These are what business tools actually aids and helps to support business owners, right? So we have the softwares, we have applications. Now, these are examples of some Google Workspace tools, right? You have your Gmail, and funny enough, these are what some of us are very familiar with. Like all of this you see on your screen, I use everything. Like there's no one I do not use. I use every single one of them, and I'm going to show you how to go about using them if you're not using them, and what the features and the benefits are, right? Now we have the Gmail, we have calendar, we have docs, we have sheets, we have slides, we have drive. If you have Meet, you have forms. Now, if you use, we have 8 of them here, right? If you use about, let's say, if you use 50% of it, that is 4, give me a 1. If you use just 2, give me a 2. If you don't use any one at all, give me a 0. If you use more than 4, give me a 3. Let me say that again. If you don't use any one of this at all, give me a 0. If you use 4 of this workspace to give me a 1. If you use just 2 of it, give me a 2. And if you use above 4, give me a 4. Oh, sorry, a 3 rather. Right? So I'm waiting for your responses. I want to be sure that we know what these tools are for, and some of us are familiar with them. So like I said, if you use if you don't use any of it at all, give me a 0. If you use just 4 of it, give me a 1. If you use 2 of it, give me a 2. And if you use above 4, give me a 3. Okay, Bingpe says that she uses 4 of them. That is 1. Okay, amazing. So Bingpe, can you quickly list what you use in the chat box? Henry said 0. Wow. I wasn't actually expecting to get a 0. To be honest, I wasn't expecting to get a zero. I just said, let me just add it to be sure that, okay, we have people that do not use any of these tools at all. Okay, so I see fours, I see twos. Okay. All right, guys. So quickly, can you list the tools that you use in the chat box? So for those that have given me their responses, you can list the tools that you use in the chat box. You can list the tools that you use in the chat box. Bingpe says Gmail, calendar, docs, and sheets. That's awesome. Thank you so much for that. That's awesome. Any other person? Aminat says I make use of Instagram, WhatsApp, and Facebook. Okay, but now we're not talking about Instagram, WhatsApp, and Facebook. We're talking about these tools that you can see on your screen right now, right? Okay, Christina said zero. Okay. All right, guys, let's quickly move ahead so that I don't waste so much time, waiting for responses. But we're going to learn for some of us that do not know what some of these tools are for, we are going to learn how to use them. But why is someone giving me a zero? Like, you don't have Gmail? Guys, you need to sign up for Gmail, oh. Do you understand? Okay, now let's get started with the Google Workspace tools, right? Now, why the Google Workspace tools? Why is it important? Why do you need all those tools that we just saw now? The first is for smooth collaboration. We're going to look at all this in details as we move right into the session. The second is improved communication. The third is working smartly. And then the fourth is adequate security. So these are why you need these tools. You want to be able to work in collaboration with your teammates, with business partners smoothly. You want to be able to improve communication amongst teams. You want to be able to work smartly. You want to be able to also increase adequate security, because the truth is, one thing about working online or doing stuff on the internet is you need to be able to secure all those things, so that you don't get hacked, and all those what's it called, insecurities that happens on the internet. Do you understand? So that is why it is important that you use all those tools. Now let's look at the importance. The one is for used for creating documents and also business presentation or pitches. I know that the documents, like the tools like the presentation, which is the slides, you have the Google Docs, and stuff like that. And then you have collecting and analyzing various data and features, that is the Google Sheets. You have storage and management of different files online, that is for Google Drive. And then networking or effective communication with other businesses or individuals, and that is where we talk about Google Meet, right? So these are tools that is important for you as a business owner. Now, let's talk about smooth collaboration. So you can use Google Workspace for business emails, video conferencing, cloud storage, and file sharing. Now, we have these three collaboration tools, right, for smooth collaboration, right? So you can work with your team across the office, across the country in real time. And just the same as us, that work within Impact, I have teammates across the African continent. So if we need to work together, on a project, these are tools that actually helps us, to be able to work smoothly in terms of collaboration. Do you understand? So these are tools that would help you, even as a business owner, amongst your managers, your team members, your staff, and all of that. Now we have Google Docs. Now, there's something common amongst the three tools that we just saw now, which is the Google Slides, the Google Docs, and then the Google Sheet. Now, these three tools actually are live documents. They are live documents, like you literally need the internet to be able to work on them. What do I mean? Now, this particular document, you can, once you go on this particular document, you can share, add people to the document, right? And then you can add as many people on that particular document so that you can work together on it. And that is why it says that it's a very useful collaborative tool that allows multiple users to access, edit, and review a single document. Do you understand? I'm going to show you how it is. I mean, I'm not just going to come here and just take you through the slides. I'm going to actually show you how it is. I just wish that this was actually Zoom. It would have been very easy to to share and my slides and all of that. All right, but I'm going to try my best here to show you guys how it is, so we're not just doing theory. All right, so now for the Google Docs, like I said, you can it also saves automatically. You literally do not have to Control S. You know the way you do on the Microsoft Word, where you have to Control S, Control Save. No, for this one, any single thing you type automatically saves to the cloud. Do you understand? So it is very, very easy to give multiple users to access it, to edit it, and to review your document. It's also similar with Google Sheets, but Google Sheets is in terms of data. You want to keep numbers, data, things like that. That is where Google Sheets, comes in. It says whether you are planning an event, you're sharing your latest revenue figures, maybe you want to do your financial forecasting, things like that. That is where, or sales reports. That is where the Google Sheet comes in. And just the same as the Google Doc, you can share to multiple users. You can allow people to use multiple users to access it. Maybe you want to give them viewing access, editing access, all this kind of access depends on you. And again, like we said, this is also a very collaborative tool, right? And then we have the Google Slides, right? So Google Slides is also similar. They have like similarities in the sense that they also automatically, or they all automatically saves to the cloud. One, very, very, very good for collaboration. Like you can add multiple users to all these documents, all these tools, right? And then work on projects, work on presentations. You want to work on a particular presentation with a business partner. This is the tool to go for. Do you understand? Now, before I move to the next tools that we have, I'm going to show you how the Google Slides and then the Google Docs and then the Google Sheet is. Now, before you to be able to access them, you can go on slides.google.com, docs.google.com, and then you have sheets.google.com. This links, my moderator is going to drop these links in the chat box. Slides.google.com, docs.google.com, and sheets.google.com. That is how to get started, right? But in the meantime, for some of us that actually work, we have a PC, we have a laptop, right? I'm going to show you how you can access all those tools right from your computer, right from your Gmail. And that is why it is important that you have your own Gmail. Do you understand? Now I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. So it's going to be stop sharing. I'm going to stop and so I can show you guys how all this works. So because I cannot hear you guys and I'm not getting responses, just so I know that I'm not talking to myself and then we are together on this call, you can leave me your favorite emojis in the chat box so that, I know that you are following me, right? So drop your favorite emojis in the chat box. All right, so let me share this tab instead. Okay, so if you can see my screen, let me know that you can see my screen. Can anybody see my screen? Can you see my screen? The responses I'm getting is quite slow. So, moderator, if you can help me be dropping some of all these things I'm seeing in the chat so that they are seeing it in the chat and not waiting for me to speak, because I feel like they are way behind. So they're trying to follow up with what I'm saying. So I need responses. Thank you. All right, so you can see my screen. Awesome. Now, when it comes to your Gmail, right, you can easily access the tools right from here. So when you see this, where you have the 9 dotted menu here, where you have the Google Apps, this icon here, this is where you can actually access all the Google Apps. You can see the docs, you can see the sheets, you can see the slides, you can see the ads, Keep, Jamboard, Classroom, Forms. You have your Gmail, you have Meet, you have Google Play, you have Calendar, you have Drive, you have Maps. All those tools are here. So it's very easy for me now. If I want to use any of those tools, I can easily just come on my Gmail and click on them, and it takes me directly, to each of these tools now. Now we just spoke about docs, slides, and then sheets. Now let's look at these three. So I'm going to click here, and then it will take me to the docs. So this is docs, right? Now, these are all of the documents. Remember I mentioned that the docs, no matter anything you type on your doc document, it automatically saves on your drive, right? Now, these are all of the doc documents that I have worked in the past. So I can easily come to my docs, and check out all over the documents that I've worked on. Even if I've been using this particular email for the last 5 years or the last 10 years, I would always come back here to see every single document that I have worked on. Do you understand? Now, for you to create a blank document, you come down here where you have the plus sign and then you click on it. So it takes you to a blank document, right? And here. Now, remember I also mentioned that you can actually give access to multiple users. So where can you actually give access to multiple users? You come here where you have the share button. You click on it, right? Okay, so I need to name the document. So let's say I name the document GDE project, right? When you name the document, right, I'm going to show you where the name is going to pop up. You can add multiple email address right here. And then when you add their email addresses, you can also come here to say, okay, am I giving a general access, or anyone with the link can actually view or edit? I don't know if you are following me. So when you give them access, you can say, oh, I don't want this person I'm giving access to distort or distort any of the things that I've written on this document. Let them just view what I've done. So you can give them the viewer access. But if you want them to make an edit, right, you can now give them the editor access, which is this one. Let me see if you guys are actually seeing what I'm doing. Okay, awesome. All right, so you can then give them where am I? Okay, I'm here. You can now give them the editor access. If you want them to just view and just leave a comment without them making the edit, you just want to get like their opinions, their suggestions, basically. You can now give them the commenter access. Do you understand? That is how it works. So you can give people access, multiple users, to a particular document. Now, this is where you have to title, the project here. You can click on it and type, right? And then you can always click here, to download the document in PDF, in Microsoft Word, whatever, document formats you want, right? You can click that here and do that. Do you understand? So Docs is very simple. And one thing again that people don't really know about Docs is you can actually join a call from your docs, your sheets, things like that. You can join a particular call. So for instance, your Google Docs and these particular tools are synced with your calendar as well. So when you click on it, it's going to show you if you have upcoming meetings here. For instance, now what's the time? This is 12:29. If I have a meeting at 12:30, it's going to pop up right there that, oh, I actually have a meeting here at 12:30. I want to click on it and join. Or I should start a new meeting immediately using this. Do you understand? So it's also synced to the Google Meet, right? And then the Google Calendar. And this is where you can actually open comments, drop comments, or suggestions on that particular document. One more thing before I move into the next one. Now, for this particular tool as well, you can, if someone makes an edit, for instance, now you gave multiple users, you added multiple users to this document, and then somebody just came mistakenly deleted something. Do you know you can catch the person? No, do you know you can actually catch the person that actually made that delete? Maybe you're asking everybody, oh, who made changes here, or who deleted whatever I added to this document, and then you're oh, it's not me. What do you then do? You come to this place where you see this that look like a timer icon, right? Last edit was 3 minutes ago, right? You can come here and then it will show you who made the changes. The name is going to pop here. See, my name is here, right? I'm currently on this document. So current version is my name that is here, right? Now, if someone else comes here and distorts whatever I've written on the document, you will find the person's name there. And it's going to highlight whatever document or whatever change that has been made on that document. Do you understand? That is what, the amazing features that we have on these tools. And that is why it's important that, you have to use these tools for your business. Do you get it? I think there's something I also wanted to mention. Remember I mentioned that every single thing that you type on this document automatically saves to cloud, right? So if I type my name right here, you see at the top here, you see saving. Save to drive. That's going to drive automatically. I don't need to control S anything. Do you understand? And then you have the what's it called? the cloud icon here that says, oh, it is saved to cloud already. So this is what this tools, does. So if I want to go back, I can go back here and also access every other tool right on my docs. Let me show you how. So I don't need to really go back to my Gmail to say I want to go click on slides. No, I can click on this menu, this main menu icon here. I click on it, and then I have the docs, I have the sheets, slides, form, and even the drive. So I want to go next to sheet. So I click on sheet and it brings me to sheet. Can you see that? So it takes me to sheet. So these are all of the documents on my sheet that I have worked on before, right? Now you want to click on the new sheet. It's the same thing. What I said for docs is similar to sheets. Do you understand? I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to repeat myself anymore, right? It's the same thing. You save it here. You share your documents here. You also have the, excuse me, you want to join a call. You click here. You want to make a comment. You leave there, right? So this is how it is. So I want to go back and show you the one for presentation, which is slides, right? So you click on it as well. I just believe that everyone can see my screen. Okay, great. All right, so for slides as well, you do the same thing. These are all of the slides, all of the materials that we also use in training you, right? I can always come down here to access every single deck. Do you get? I don't need to go and click on one link or anything, but clicking on the link might be very easy for me. But then again, if I want to search for maybe a very old deck and I can't find the link, I can come to my slides here because it's saved. I've once owned it before or something, or maybe I've been added to that deck before. I can always come here to search for that slides. But if you want to create a new presentation slide, these are also templates that you can use, right? But you can click on the blank option, and then you start a new presentation. And like I said earlier, if you want to go on slideshow, like for instance on the presentation mode, this is where you click on presentation mode. You want to share, you want to join a call, you want to similar with everything I have mentioned before, right? That is how it works with these very tools that I have mentioned. All right, so quickly I'm going to move further, right? I hope like you guys understand, like the tools that I just explained, you guys understand. Do you all understand? Do you all understand, guys? I want to know that you understand. All right, so you can leave me your responses in the chat. All right, so quickly, we're going to look at improved communication, right? So you have the remote communication is a way of communicating with others online, right? Just the way just the way we are using YouTube right now. You can use the Google Meet, you have the Zoom platforms like that, basically, to have communications, with others online. Now, what are some of the communication tools that we have? We have the Gmail, we have Calendar, and then we have Meet, the Google Meet. Now, for some of us that said zero, like they don't use any of those tools, I want to ask, what email tool do you use? If you don't use Gmail, what do you use? Please let me know. But for the guys that gave me a zero, I just want to have an idea of the kind of email that you use if you don't use Gmail, right? Okay, so this is Gmail. It's a Google Mail. It's a free email service. It allows you to send and receive emails over the internet, and that was what I showed you guys earlier. I'm going to still show you guys, right? So Gmail is also really good, right? You can also customize your work email, with Gmail, especially for those that sign up for the Google Workspace, right? You can customize, emails for your staffs. Do you get? Yes, you can customize emails for your staffs. And then you have the Google Calendar. This is one of my best. Like, I don't think there is a day that goes by that I don't use, aside the Gmail and other tools. I use every other tool. But for this particular Google Calendar, it just helps you organize your life. Like your day-to-day activity, your schedule, event, things like that. This is your go-to. Do you understand? Or maybe as someone that forgets people's birthdays, you can always even come down here, to add people's birthdays so that you get pop-up or reminders when it's the day of of that person's birthday. Do you understand what I mean? So Google Calendar is also really, really good. A very powerful tool. Like I would recommend anytime, any day, basically to just organize your life. Like you want to organize your day-to-day, your activities, everything like that, Google Calendar is your go-to. And then you have the Google Meet, right? So Google Meet basically helps you to, have meetings collaboration, celebrate from anywhere. People can join the call just the way you are currently on YouTube. That is same with Google Meet, right? People can join from anywhere in the world. We can help you keep your team connected, from anywhere in the world. Do you understand? So these are the three tools that we are going to look at right now, and I'm going to show you how it works. All right, so I'm going to come back here to email and then click on calendar. So this is calendar here. Oh, sorry, let me share this tab instead. Okay, so this is calendar here in my email. I click on it and it brings me to calendar, right? Right. So whether there's anything at all that you have to do for the day, it just shows up on your calendar. Especially when, for instance, now you have an assistant, and then you tell your assistant that, oh, hi, I have a meeting tomorrow in Ikeja, and I will need for you to put it on my calendar, right? The person comes down here and then clicks on, let's say tomorrow is first, right? Oh, tomorrow is first. Oh, nice. So you click on first, right? And then, okay, you come here. Because I've already clicked on first, I'll come here, I'll create events, appointment schedule, tag. So if it's an appointment schedule, you come here and then you schedule the appointment. Now, when you schedule the appointment, you add the title. So if your manager or your boss says, oh, I have an appointment in Ikeja, blah, 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 you will put it here. Oh, FA's, sorry, for instance, my boss's name is FA. I'm putting FA's appointment in Ikeja. Do you understand? And I put it right here. I put the duration. Do you understand? I can use that. Or if it's going to be an event, what I can then do is I've clicked on the first of, which is Wednesday, and I click event, right? So for instance, now I put FA's appointment, right? And then I can come here as well to say, okay, it's on the first, what time? Is it going to be a 2 hours schedule or a 2 hours event or whatever? I put the timing here for her. And then it's going to be a virtual call. Now, if it's going to be a virtual call, this is where you now come to add guests. I just hope you guys are following me. I wish that I can get responses, to be honest. So I know that people are following me. So this is where you come to add guests. So if it's a virtual call, right, you can add the email address of the people that are going to be attending the call with her. For instance, now it's a general meeting within your boss and every other person within your department. Do you understand? You can now come here and add everybody in your department, add your boss's email, add all their email address in this section here. So it says add guests, right? So you can add guests here. Do you understand? And then you can also add the Google Meet video conferencing, whatever. Do you understand? You can do that. Let me show you on a broader view. Let me save this and show you on a broader view. All right, so this is the broader view I was talking about, so that you guys don't just see the small whatever. So this is the broader view, right? So I can come here, choose the timing. So tomorrow, 2:30 to 3:30, what's 1 hour, you can also change time zone. If it's not in Lagos, you can change the time zone. It depends on where you're joining from or where you're registering from. If you're in Kenya, for instance, Kenya is like 2 hours ahead of us. So you can put it in your time, but ensure that whoever is getting it, they're getting it in their own time zone. And then you've already added the link here that you can use to join the Google Meet, right? Now, location is only when it's going to be a physical meeting. For instance, if it's a physical meeting, you don't need to add this. You can remove this here. You cancel it. And then you add location, add the address of the meetup point. Do you get? Now, like I was saying before, this is where you can add the different email address of people that you want. If it's going to be a virtual call, you can add their emails here. Even if it's going to be a meeting, you can also add their emails here so that they get notifications. Do you understand? Now, if you don't want people to see guest list, you can unclick this, right? Don't want them to see guest list. If you want them to be able to modify, this event that you have created, you can give them access. If you want them to see guest list, you can click on guest list. If you want them to invite others, you can. Do you understand? So you have the power to be able to give them access or authority to, do whatever they want to do on this particular schedule, right? Now, for notification, it allows them to get 30 minutes notification before the time, which is 2:30 p.m. So they're going to get 30 minute notification at 2 p.m. Now, if you want them to get notifications at intervals, now what do I mean by intervals? So if they've gotten the first 30 minutes notification, they can get another notification here in 10 minutes time. Do you get what I'm saying? If you want to also give them another 5 minutes notification, you can add notification here and edit it, right? Edit it to 5. So you can edit this all these things, and then also you want to describe what the meeting is all about, right? You can come here and put a brief description of what the meeting is all about. Do you understand? So this is how you use the Google Calendar, right? So very, very simple. Very, very simple to use. All right. So let me discard this. Who's gonna delete? All right. So another what's it called now, tool that we spoke about is the Google Meet. I've already explained the Google Meet. Very, very easy to use as well. But let me just briefly show you guys. This might be the word, but I hope it's something that you guys are learning. I'm not just wasting my time. So let me know if it's something that it's of great use to you guys, so that let me know if you know it already and I should just move on. But because of those that gave me a 0, that's why I'm taking my time to go through this. All right, so this is Google Meet, right? So new meeting, right? So if you want to create a meeting for later, you can click on this and create a meeting for later. If you want to create an instant meeting, if you want to click on this, it takes you to an instant meeting, right? So once you go to the instant meeting, you will see the link where you can copy and share to whoever is needed to join you in that meeting. Do you understand? And then you can also schedule in Google Calendar, right? So once you click on this, it takes you to calendar straight up. Do you understand? So this is Google Meet. There was one more we spoke about. That should be the Gmail, right? I showed you guys Gmail already now. Very easy. This is Gmail. Your inbox, you can compose your emails here. This is where you can also get the Google tools, your settings. You want to add more emails, you come here and you do that. So this is Gmail. Very, very easy to use. Right. Thank you so much. All right. So now let's start working smartly. So working smartly, do you understand? So I'm not just talking to myself. Yes, the messages are late. Yes. Yes, 3. We're following. Okay. Yes. Okay. Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you so much. All right. So I'm just going to move ahead then. So working smartly, right? It's all about being masters of our time and being able to choose work tools based on the context, right? So you're looking at tools that actually makes you work smartly, makes you very efficient at the job, right? Now, and also we looked at adequate security. So use Google Workspace for business emails, video conferencing, cloud storage, and file sharing. Now let's look at storage tools, right? Create, edit, search, and update files anywhere at any time. And this is the most interesting part of it all. And I'm sure that a lot of us don't use it, which is the Google Drives, right? The Google Drive. Like, guys, see, Google Drive is a lifesaver. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a lifesaver. Like, it literally just saves every single information, every single document that I need. And the interesting part of it is I do not need my laptop to be able to access all of these documents. Like, I could literally travel down to Ethiopia today and I'm given a new laptop and I can access all these documents that I showed you on my drive. I can access them right there on that new laptop. Do you understand? So that is what drives helps you. And like I said, all these Google tools are synced to your drive. Do you understand? They are synced to your drive. So you can access them with your drive once you sign in with your Gmail. Do you understand? So that is why your Gmail is important, because once you sign in with your Gmail and that's the email that you use, all these documents are synced into that drive. So quickly, I'm going to show you Drive. Give me a minute. All right, so this is my drive. Do you understand? Now, I remember that when I had my baby, right? So when I had my baby, I had to take pictures. I had lots of pictures on my phone of my baby, and I know that my phone I could misplace my phone, or it gets stolen, or it probably just gets maybe it gets spoiled, and I might not be able to access some of all those pictures anymore. What did I do? I went on my drive. I uploaded every single picture of my baby right on the drive, and then I titled it, so that when she's grown, or when she's, when she's grown rather, I could, show her those pictures, and have them secure on the drive. Do you understand? That is one thing I love about Drive. Same thing as the documents that I use in the office. Do you understand? I have all of my documents on my Drive as well. Do you understand? So it's important that you use your Drive. Now, this is how Drive is. These are all the documents on Drive that we have, right? That's on my Drive. Now, if you want to upload a Drive, let's say for instance you are using your phone, you can actually upload a document on your Drive. I use an iPhone, but even with that, I downloaded the Google Drive app. Is that bad? I love Google tools, so I have all of my Google tools on my iPhone. But for Android phones already have all these tools, all of all these apps on that phone. But for iPhone users, we need to download this app. So that for me, I had to download all of my Google tools on my iPhone, because this is like my day too. Like I use them like every single day. Do you understand? So now for your Drive, like I was saying, you can upload documents on your Drive even using your phone. But I'm going to show you how to use the PC. Now for the PC, you can come here, which is new. You click on it, and then you want to upload the file. You come here and upload the file, right? And then it shows you, the document. You just click on multiple whatever here. You can click on multiple files. You just press your control down, and then keep clicking on it. Do you understand? And then once you are done, let me show you these ones now. I upload, right? You will see that. Can you see them here? Can you guys see it here? It's going to upload here. Once it starts uploading, you will see that it's going to show you completely uploaded. Now, this one, as you can see, is marked in green. They are all uploaded. Now, what I need to do is now reload it, because I'm not just going to see it on my drive. I need to refresh my tab. I'm going to refresh my tab. And then you see every single thing that I uploaded is here. So you see, just uploaded now. Do you understand? So that is how to go on your Drive and then upload documents that are not on your Drive. But if there are documents that you worked on Docs, on Sheets, on all those Google tools, they are automatically on your Drive. Do you understand? And then you can share with people. For instance, now this is a feedback, whatever. If I do not want to give, let me come back here. If I do not want to give access to anybody, I can give access to people on this particular document, right? What I do is just right click and share, right? If I click on share, I can add emails to people to this particular document so that they can view it. Or I allow anyone with the link to view, right? And then I copy the link and share with them. Once I copy the link, they'll be able to view that particular image that I just, uploaded on my Drive. Do you understand? So Drive is really good. Like you can access all of your documents on them, or on it rather. All right, guys, I want to know that you are following me. Are you following me? Oh my Lord. Are you following me? Are we together? All right, so quickly, let me just we have about 10 more minutes, so let me see if I can wrap this up. All right, so do we have questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? I think there's one more that I've not showed you guys that we have, right? I'm not sure it's on this particular document, but there's one that we have that is also really important to business owners, right? And that is forms. Now, for forms, you can use forms to get, you want to run a survey, you want to get questionnaires, for your customers, you want to get their feedbacks. Do you understand? On what they think about your product, your customer service, things like that. You want to just get feedback and you want to run a survey. You can use the Google Forms. Now, let me quickly show you what that is before we go to questions. Now, for forms, to access it, you can easily go to forms.google.com. Do you understand? Just the way you want to sign up to Gmail, you can go to mail.google.com. Look at it here, mail.google.com. For forms, you can go to forms.google.com, right? So I click on forms.google.com here, and I share this tab. So it brings me to forms, right? Now, I want to create a new form. These are like forms that I've created in the past, right? But I want to create a new form. So I come here. So you have to ensure that you title your form. So let's say this form is titled Customer Survey, right? Once I put that here, it also changes here as well. So once I put that here, it's supposed to show here as the title, right? So it's Customer Survey, right? So you can drop a, this is where you drop the description of what you want them to do on the form, or what the form is all about, right? So you can be like, oh, this form is to collect feedbacks on what you think about our brand, blah 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 blah. You can write that here, right? Now this is where you need to for questions part. So you want to add the name of the customer. So you add name. You want to add more questions. You come here, this icon here. I like to use my laptop because when you use PC, it shows it like the what's the word to use now. You can actually get a bigger view version of how the tool works compared to when you use your phone. You'll be restricted or limited some type of way. Do you understand? So once you use a laptop, you can get all of the features and the view that you want, right? So you click here and then you add question. This is where you add questions, right? And then let's say you've added name here, right? Name cannot be multiple choice, right? So it has to be short answer because names are usually short answer. So you put it here, and then maybe you want to do emails. Funny enough, your email, if you want your form to collect emails automatically itself, you can allow that. You might not need to put emails, right? I'm going to show you how to do that. So you guys should be clapping for me in the chat box. They're not there. I'm doing in the chat box. I'm not seeing your emojis like you're learning. I want to be gingering me in the chat. Do you understand? Okay, so let me continue. So you have your name. You have let's say that's fine. Maybe phone number, you can add that as well. Let's say the question you want to ask now is, how long have you been using our brand? Do you understand what I mean? So you add your question mark, and then multiple choice would now be where this is not a Google Form class. But I'm not saying you guys this before. Do you understand? All right. So multiple choice is when you want to give them like ranges from let's say 1 to 2 months, 1 to 5 months, 5 to 10 months. You want to give them like different ranges. That is where you do the multiple choice. But then again, if you just want them to just drop the answer, you can just put it in short answer. Do you understand? Now, if you want where you want them to leave like a long text, right? You can now use the paragraph which allows for long answers. This is it here. I don't know if you can see this. It says long answers text, right? Now, for long answer, don't forget that all these things, all these questions you're asking them, they are important questions. And that is why you have to make sure that it is required. If they don't fill it, they cannot submit. Do you understand? So you need to turn on the required icon here. You turn it on, right? Now, for long text, I don't know if you filled forms where you see that it says that not more than 100 words or no more than 50 words, things like that. You come to this three dotted icon here where you have the more option. When you click on it, where you have the response validation, you click on the response validation, right? And then you can write the length, the number of characters that you want for them to fill. Do you understand what I mean? If it's a maximum character, you click on maximum. If it's minimum character, you click on minimum. So minimum character should not be less than 50. Do you understand? If it's maximum should not be more than 150 characters. Do you get what I mean? So you can use the Google form to do this. Now, for Google Forms again, this is very interesting, and this is a very, very interesting tool. Anyways, for Google Forms again, you can customize your theme, right? If you don't like the purple, let's say your brand color is not purple, you want to use red. You can have you seen that I changed it? If your brand color you want to use blue, Do you understand? So it depends on the brand color and then the font that you use. If your font is not Roboto, you can use any of the fonts here that you feel is your brand font, right? And then on this same form, you can make a copy of your form. You can move to trash. You can add collaborators. So if you want to add maybe a partner, to collaborate with you on the form, to make an edit or add their input on the form, you can add collaborators right here. Right? If you want to add an header image at the top, right? Some of us would have our organization, we would have like, we can create our own header image for our organization. But let me give you an example how it's supposed to look like. So for instance, I'm going to use any of this template that is here, right? And then put it up there. So once you insert the header image, it comes right at the top here. Do you understand? So you can customize. I'm going to show you an example of what I mean by the header image once I'm done explaining. Do you understand? So you can customize your own header image for your business and come upload it right here. Now when it comes to send, now you can collect it. Remember I mentioned that you do not need to add the email address on your form. You can allow the form collect email addresses. See? I usually would like to allow forms collect email addresses because it will collect the right email address. Do you understand? But once someone fills their email, they can make mistakes, to be honest, with their email addresses. So I can write verified. So I can allow it to collect email address, right? Here I can actually shorten the URL. So this is the link to the form. So if you want to send the link out to people to fill, this is where you come to copy the link. But because this is too long, I can shorten the URL here. So it gets shortened, right? And then come here to copy it and share. Do you understand? So that is how forms work. Very, very easy to use. Do you understand? So very, very easy to use. That's it for form. I'm not sure I missed out anything. But anyways, you can look more on forms, and for here you can, for responses is where you click on responses, and then people start to show you the number of people that have actually responded right here. And if you want to transfer all of these responses to a sheet, you have to click here where it says link to sheet, and then create. It has already create a new spreadsheet. You just click on create. Very easy to use. And then this is the settings, right? So you can come here and do some settings the way you just format the form the way you want it formatted. Now, when I was talking about header, you put it together the header for your own brand. This is, for instance, a form that we created for a partner we're currently working with. As you can see, this is the program, right? Showcase our training program, and then you have impact and then the company's name. Do you understand? So you can have you can reach out to a graphics designer to help you to create or go on Canva to create your own form header. Do you understand? Very, very easy to use. This is for impact. This is impact as header. So this is it. So this is how it's supposed to look like on your form for your brand. Especially when you want to brand it for your brand, this is how it looks like. Okay, thank you so much. You said that you add that because it was not wasn't included. So do you have any questions though? Attendance form will be dropped in the chat now. Kindly drop the attendance, Emmanuel. Any questions? I have a question. One of my boss sent me some document he saved on his Google Drive some times ago, but I'm unable to open it because it was passworded even after he removed the password still. You might not be able to see that. That's one thing about documents, right? If the owner of the document hasn't given your own email access to view that document, right? There's a restriction on that document. You might not be able to access it. Do you understand? You might not be able to access it. So it needs to add your email to that document for you to be able to access it. And it depends on the kind of document. What kind of document? Is it a docs? Is it Google Docs? Or what kind of document is it? So it depends on the kind of document. I have a question. Okay, I've answered that. Unable to, what could have happened? Is it because I didn't have Google Drive on my phone? That shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't be the case. It shouldn't be the case. The owner of the document is supposed to add your email address to the document. if it's any of these live documents that I just mentioned. Add your email address to the document, and then you will get an email notification that, oh, you've been added to this document. That way, once you click on it, it just takes you straight to the document because you already have access to be able to view it. Do you understand? Peter, you say we did your bag on. All right, so I just want to know that you guys understand everything that I have mentioned anyways. All right, so let me quickly wrap up. Yeah, so how to create a Google Workspace account. This is for people that have like staffs. You have teammates, you have the business owner, you already have staffs, right? And then you want to be able to create your own company Gmails, things like that. This one is not free. You have to pay for it, right? So for you to open your own workspace, but the other tools that I've mentioned, they are free. You can download those apps. But for the Google Workspace account itself, you need to go to workspace.google.com, input your business name, add your contact details, choose your domain. Domain is the website URL, your own website URL for your business, just the way you have facebook.com, oils.com, whatever. Do you understand? So for your own business, for instance, you have peter.com.spices, whatever. Do you understand? This kind of domains, that is what it means. Choose your domain and then update your business address and set up your login. Now let's look at tips to help improve communication across businesses, right? The first is in-person communication, stay organized, create a mailing list, and create room. Let's look at this one by one. Very briefly, actually. In-person communication. So for in-person communication, you can schedule regular check-in meetings and calls via Meet or calendar. Excuse me. So you can connect with other colleagues across. We've talked about all this. Connect with other colleagues across the globe. You can work on similar or group projects in real time across different locations. You can join using different devices, of course. For staying organized, Google Calendar, I've mentioned Google Calendar. I'm not even going to go into it again. I've mentioned this already. Like I said, the powerful tool that the free service actually that you can use to organize your schedule and coordinate events with others. And then you have the create mailing list, right? Importance of mailing list. You can send regular status updates to your business, to your customers, right? To your users. So you can send regular, and then you have different kinds of mailing platform. You have SendGrid, you have Aweber, you have Constant Contact, you have this is very, very popular one. MailChimp. Do you understand? So these are mailing platforms that you can use. But then again, for the Google Workspace, right? It already has a mailing platform already embedded in it. So you can send regular status update, sharing of materials and resources, including invites also. And it helps in increasing visibility and creating of community, right? And lastly, you have create rooms and project, right? You can, for that's Google Meet. Do you understand? So you can create Google Meets, and, meet with people on that platform. All right. So do we have questions? Any questions? Any questions? Do we have questions? All right. So this is a practical exercise anyway. So for those of us that gave me a 0, that do not use any of these two, do like this. Are you about to change? Are you about to change? Let me know. So please, you need to open your Play Store, or if you're an Android user, or if you're an iPhone user, you go to your Apple Store, and then you search for either of those tools, in the search button, and then you download them. So your Google Sheets, Docs, Slides, Gmail, Meets, everything, Drive. Please download them on your phone, install, wait, and start to use them. Do you understand? So those that gave me a 0 and those that said, oh, they use 1, 2, 3 of all those tools that we just mentioned, this is the time for you to start to use them. So, but before we go, how many of us will start to use almost all of the tools now? How many of us? Give me your favorite emojis in the chat box. How many of us start to use all those amazing tools that we just discussed now? How many of us? I'm waiting for our responses. How many of us? I'm waiting for our responses. I'm not going to drop if you guys don't tell me. I mean, what we start to use all of these tools that we just mentioned. Thank you so much, Emmanuel, for that. So Emmanuel has dropped the attendance form in the chat, and also he has, listed the tools that you need to go and download right on your phone, or use these tools on your PC as well. No, it's there. Go workspace, Google Workspace. Check for it. It's there. It should be there. Google Workspace. Or how to use Google Workspace to try and check for that. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I didn't get responses from you. I think you guys are filling attendance for. All right. Thank you so much, Father G. I see your response. Thank you so much. It was an amazing time with you guys. Even though responses was a bit slow, I'm not sure why, but it's YouTube, and YouTube is always like that. All right, but thank you so much. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you learned something new, something different, and not just learning. You are going to implement them. Right. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Emmanuel, as well. Ensure that you fill the attendance form. Ensure that you fill the attendance form is very important. All right. Thank you so much, Blessing. Shakira, I see you. Fadiji, I see you. All right, guys. Take care and have an amazing day. Bye, everyone.